All right, last up, and a very common mistake, especially people do not make this mistake much when they're writing, but they do make it a lot when they're talking. It's called double negatives. Double negatives. So, when applied to the same word or phrase, two negative modifiers confuse the meaning of a sentence. So, an example of a double negative. All right, could be, I haven't hardly begun to think of my plans for next year. I haven't hardly begun to think of my plans next year. So what that means is I haven't hardly. That's the double negative. All right? So, and it's also unnecessary. So, because hardly means I've barely begun. I haven't really started to think of my plans for next year. So what this sentence is really saying, I haven't not really thought of my plans for next year. Two negatives in a row, not necessary. So the correct way to say this is, I have hardly begun to think of my plans for next year. I have hardly begun to think of my plans for next year. Now I know if you're just listening to this, it's difficult to hear the difference. But if you look at it on paper, copy it on my website, and look at it on paper, you'll see what I'm talking about. All right. And another common way a lot of children say this, they'll say, like let's say, a little student comes into my class and I'll say, and he does not have a pencil. And I'll say, where is your pencil? And he'll say, I don't got no pencil. So that's a double negative, don't and no. I don't got no pencil. That's a grammatic mistake. So, very common when people talk, not so common when people write, but you do see it from time to time. Again, check out all this and all the other grammar stuff on my blog and print it out and refer to it often when you write.